Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, political season is upon us. And anyone who watches this program knows that we invite candidates from all parties. You're welcome to come on and talk about who you are, your credentials, your priorities, and what you'd like to offer the community. And as you probably already know, we've dubbed a bunch of candidates in Wilton as the Wilton Five. A slate of 5 candidates on the Democratic and Working Family Party and Independence Party lines are going to try to give people in Wilton a choice. And joining me today is a person that's running for town justice. It's Eric Rosenberg. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you here.
Glad to be here.
And, with that kind of opening, I've interviewed other candidates on your slate.
Yes.
And we, as I said, are affectionately referring to you as the Wilton Five.
Good.
But you're out to shake things up a bit. Kind of just say, with the status quo being the way it's been up there, regardless of party and people and choice is really a basic tenet of what you hope people in any community would have.
Well, I think that's true, and I think it's not so much to shake things up, but to just say, hey, there's a choice and there's differences, and you should have the option to listen to different points of view and then, have your choice.
Of the positions that are open, this highway superintendent, right?
Right.
Then there's people are running for the board, but you're running for town justice. That's a hot seat, Eric. I don't think I need to tell you that. Running for that position means that you deal with a lot of people, a lot of conflicts, a lot of things that need to be negotiated, need to be settled. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. What drives you to want to run for that office?
Well, I have a background as an attorney. I'm from Florida. I'm a licensed Florida attorney who just chose not to practice up here. And so these sorts of issues, legal issues, are interesting to me. So first of all, I'm able to take advantage of my training and background. And then it's also a way to serve the community with the skill set that I have. So, and I think serving the community in whatever capacity you can is also important.
Well, you know what? That's a common thread with a lot of people that I talk to, the real desire to give back to the community, be part of the community. When it comes to the court, what kind of issues do you face? What do people come into the court with?
Well, the jurisdiction of the town courts is varied. First of all, we hear traffic tickets. We hear yes.
Thank you, Eric, for saying that.
And no favors from me if I'm there. So and then if you're arrested DUI, you get arraigned in the town court, and that could happen any time of day. We hear code enforcement matters, important to our town to keep the town looking the way we want it. And then civil matters, and so up to $3,000. So it's small claims right. and neighbor disputes and that sort of thing.
Right. Sure, I imagine. And this stuff happens. I mean, you think about it. Eric and I were talking, if you own a 300-acre farm, maybe if that guy's car is 2 feet on your property, doesn't make a big difference. But, somebody plants a shrub in the wrong place, it gets down to that sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, sometimes neighbors are not very neighborly.
Yeah, I know. Also, the particular kind of dedication in this position, in that when the state police come in or something like that, arraignments are involved, that's not a 9 to 5.
No, you actually have to be available 24/7 to deal with these matters. So, I mean, there is that kind of like a doctor thing. You're on. You're on call, and when something has to be dealt with, it has to be dealt with.
I have noticed, and in the candidates I've spoken to, and again, all candidates are welcome to come on and talk about their credentials and talk about their desire to run for office, regardless of party. That makes no difference to us. It's about the credibility of the person. That's really what I think people should be making the choice about.
Right.
But let's stick with that choice option. Wilton, for a very long time, didn't really have the kind of choice that you and some of the other people that you're running with on that slate thought should be available to the people. A lot of that had to do with growth, right?
Right.
And just cycle back on that, if you would, for a second. Wilton wasn't always pushing 20,000 people.
No, Wilton has had tremendous growth. In fact, I think that there was just a report that we were the fastest growing town in Saratoga County.
Yeah, I bet.
So, and along with growth comes different issues, different problems. The problems become a little more bigger and become a little more complex. And whether it's issues that are going to come before the court or issues that are going to come before the various boards, things are more complicated. And so people should have the ability to hear different points of view and vote on the choice. And no choice can bring complacency. It can bring frustration for residents.
Yeah, sure.
And so this way, as we get bigger and our problems become bigger and more complex, that's important to give people a choice, and after all, that is the basis of democracy. Is democracy shouldn't you shouldn't have one person. You should have two people, or three people, or four people, or
yes, right, and get
whatever.
that dialogue
get the
going.
dialogue going.
Yeah, without a doubt, I completely agree with you. And then the other thing too is that when you see that kind of growth that the town of Wilton is seeing, having someone with specific credentials coming into the office helps, because those issues become more complex the more people there are, and you get a lot of issues to deal with, for sure.
Yeah,
well, Eric,
absolutely.
it's a real pleasure to meet you as we get closer to the election. You're welcome to come back, and we can have a forum, a debate with other people who are running for this position. And best of luck to you, and congratulations to you. It takes a certain kind of person to commit to this kind of public service.
Thank you. I'm excited about the opportunity.
Yeah, I bet you are. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, Eric. Pleasure to meet you. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.